Hello, Mr. Agung and everyone. Allow me to introduce our team. For the first, we have Mr. Adityo Setiadi. Second, we have Mr. Muhammad Rayi Mahendri. And the last, it's me, Christian Widodo. Our research topic is about the analysis of business process re-engineering home ownership credit of PT Bank Tabungan Negara Persero Tbk in the pandemic period of COVID-19. Outline presentation that we'll explain is the first, we have introduction, the second, literature review of business process, the third, the literature review of business process reengineering or BPR, the fourth, research methodology, five is case analysis product KPR-BTN, and the last, we have the conclusion. Let me start by giving you some background about technological advancement and global competition. Improving continuously, business process is very important if the company wants to compete in the market. Companies are constantly forced to improve their business process because customers are constantly demanding better goods, service. Technological advance and increasingly fierce global competition also require companies to make a rapid business process improvement. Since the announcement of the first case of COVID-19 by the government of Indonesia in March 2020, the government has acted by imposing large-scale social restriction, or we call it PSBB, and also work from home or WFH. The impact of COVID-19 pandemic, which took place on almost every sector of economy, including the banking sector. The banking sector is an intermediary institution or intermediary that support the investment funds needed for the business world. The bank receive funds from the public who have excess fund in the form of saving, current account, or deposit, and then channel these funds in the form of loans, credit, or financing. Banking plays an important role in encouraging economic activity to survive the COVID-19 pandemic. There are several possible risks that will face by the banking sector, including credit risk, market risk, liquidity risk, and operational risk. And so, PT Bank Tabungan Negara Persero Tbk or BTN is a state-owned company engaged in banking and is committed to becoming a bank that serves and supports the house sector financing through three main products. First is individual banking, the second is business, and the third is Sharia. One of the products from BTN in supporting house sector financing is through the BTN Cheap House Program, which previously applied for credit with a face-to-face credit application process with a certain time and place until the application was declared approved or not approved. The next slide, we will talk about hypothesis that announced by Mr. Adityo.
Thank you, Widodo. Next, I will continue. The hypothesis. How is the business process for the housing sector financing product, home ownership credit or KPR, by carrying engineering business process and the assistant of the recurring role of the technology and information? Next. Literature review. According to J. Hazer and Barry Render, business process is a process strategy in an organization's approach to transforming resources into goods and service, starting from supplier and then input on your process, and then output to your customer, and then feedbacks. Next. Business process reengineering. According to William J. 1997, tools and technique in preparing BPR can be done by using methods, namely 1. Process visualization, 2. Process mapping and modeling, 3. Change management, 4. Benchmarking, 5. Process and customer focus, 6. Problem solving and diagnosis, 7. Process prototyping and simulation, 8. Project management, 9. Process measurement. Next, research methodology. These studies use an exploratory research design. According to ASICA, the nature of exploratory research design leads to flexible use of the research process. These are evolutionary and historical in nature and rare involve the use of large sample or the use of structured questionnaire. Next. Okay, next will be explained by Rayi. Please, Rayi.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adityo. Okay, I will explain the case analysis of Bank BTN products, conclusion and answer question from the participant. One of product Bank BTN, namely ownership credit atau or KPR, in support the financing of the housing sector is through the BTN Cheap Houses program, which previously applied for credit with face-to-face credit application process with a certain time and place until the application is declared rejected or accepted. The flow of the business process for applying for credit financing from the start of submitting files to using online directly. In this case, BTN management based on carried out a reengineering business process of the housing sector financing products and prepared them since in 2019, when this pandemic had replaced a country around Indonesia, especially for millennial KPR and TPR auction product, which switched to media online as a solution for selling BTN products during this pandemic. BTN transforms TPR products by conducting a reengineering business process through the website www.btnproperty.co.id and rumahmurahbtn.co.id, well as mobile apps that follow the business process for applying for credit financing from the start of submitting files and so on can be done using media carried out by online desk. The following is the flow of the business process that has been RBP. Credit distribution products that have been carried out business process engineering are a concept to recharge the business process from submitting files face-to-face to using online media. That has invented in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic as a solution to implementation of physical distancing carried out by the government. The goal is to improve performance to make it more efficient and competitive with competitor products. According to Agustianto theory, he also states that business process engineering is a series of management activities that break traditional boundaries and establish reasonable business process through organization optimal. BTN determines that conducting BPR is to using the technology and information to adapt the market concept during COVID-19 pandemic. This is supported by the opinion of John, Ugoni, and Anthony. So, who say that BPR is basically embracing major design of how work should be done, and based on the assumption that there is a stronger positive correlation between increased work efficiency and work design with technology, architecture, careful information and communication which ensure clear work process. For example, millennial KPR and KPR auction product that switch to media online in the tagline Rumah Murah BTN attract for millennial customer. This in it right for the current condition because the general productive and growth is dominated by the millennial generation. The campaign that is currently being carried out with these two products has been carried out online utilizing BTN social media and with understanding to propose mortgage financing in straightforward, easy, and attractive way to fulfill the product requirement. The following is an example using media online for submitting KPR financing for millennial KPR and auction KPR products. Next, conclusion for this case, PT Bank Tabungan Negara or BTN has carried out a business process re-engineering and was able to change the old process to a new process by using online media for housing loan financing products. The use of information media, both website and mobile apps, can simplify business process so that from all states they are able to change all process to new business process. Okay, next. In this slide, there are more than 5 questions, but due to time constantly, we only take one of the most interesting question. And the question is, what is the continuous improvement from the analysis of the KPR BTN business process re-engineering? Okay, continuous improvement in the business process re-engineering of KPR business BTN is a market that targeted in the future not only for millennial customer, but also switching to general public by not leaving face-to-face service, and the service can still be done. Okay, that's all for our presentation. Thank you.